What is happening, y'all? Welcome on back. So the teleporter, grav lift, whatever it was, just yeeted us out into a new biome or something?
Let's not do that again.
I did try to tell you it was a bad idea.
Chief! Your beacon just appeared out of nowhere. Oh, I thought I lost you. Where did you go?
Echo 216.
Stay put. I'm coming to you.
Yeah, where are we? This doesn't look like the rest of the ring at all.
Chief, I think the better question is when are we?
Wait, what?
I don't know how, but we've been gone for days. 3 days, to be precise.
Okay, that's not that bad. That's still weird, but...
This ring is different than the others.
The Banished and the Harbinger were looking for something that was never found. Why would the Forerunners hide something and throw away the key? Doesn't that scare you?
No. You?
Of course not.
Is anyone going to ask me what I think? I guess not. Get inside, big guy. Oh, sorry. I'm really happy to see you. Really happy. So, what do we do now?
We finish the fight.
Yes, sir. The Banished still control the rest of the
This
ring.
dude did like a complete
Wait.
180 of his attitude.
I know this is weird, given all that's happened, but
What? What is it?
we still don't know your name. We can't keep calling you Echo 216.
No, you can't. Esparza. Fernando Esparza.
It's nice to meet you, Esparza. Fernando Esparza.
Good work, soldier.
And what about you?
What about me?
What do I call you?
Any ideas?
Well, do you think it would be okay? You're sure?
You get to choose your name.
Then I think I might have the perfect one.
All right. Here we go. Whew. Get ready.
Damn, credit roll. Oh man, that was a lengthy campaign for a first-person shooter. So anyway, let's do a review. You know, we typically do reviews at the end here. Let me I'm gonna knock the sound. Let me go to find volume level here. I'm gonna knock the sound down just a little bit. There we go. That's good enough. So anyway, yeah, this felt good. I think probably the first thing that stood out to me is it's been a couple years since the last Halo game, and ever since Halo 3, I think we've seen a couple different directions the series has kind of evolved. You know, we had the introduction of like powers, like, you know, creating your shield or knocking people back or whatever. We had the introduction of assassinations, you know, and just a couple different elements that some of them have been good, some of them not so much. And we saw a lot of that return here, but it all felt very refined and fun to play with. Like the grappling hook in particular, that was so much fun, man. I can confidently say if this didn't have the grappling hook, I don't think I would have enjoyed it nearly as much. The grappling hook was a huge part of, you know, zipping around, punching stuff in the face. It was a blast. You know, even aside from the grappling hook, being able to, you know, toss down the shield, mark enemies, you know, dash real fast to get the invisibility, even though it was janky and barely worked. I wish we had repulsor. I feel like repulsor could have been fun, you know, sending back rockets or skewers or whatever, blasting people off ledges. That would have been fun to mess with too. But all the powers did feel pretty good, and it felt very fast and natural to just rotate through them. You know, it didn't feel, even on controller, I played a little bit on controller, and then you just like double tap right, or go right up or right down or right left. So, you know, hotkeys obviously on PC are smoother than that, but that's not bad for trying to fit all of those in. So I guess the point I'm getting at is in terms of kind of the natural evolution of Halo, I feel that they have really set themselves up for a good future with the franchise. You know, thinking about Halo 5 and Reach, I feel there were a couple missteps there, and I'd say most people agree with that. And this felt, I think the best way I can think of it is playing this reminded me of playing Halo growing up. It felt very natural. It didn't feel like they were trying to do anything too outrageous. And maybe it's because we've seen a lot of those things before, but everything felt like it was supposed to be there, as opposed to being like, oh, here's this super new cool thing. Like, the grappling hook feels like it's always been there once you play with it for a little bit. So gameplay wise, I had a great time. Looking at the story was pretty interesting. There's a lot going on in the Halo timeline that I wasn't fully aware of, and my main takeaways were Chief lost to Atriox. Atriox went and got Cortana. I don't know how Atriox died. I don't know if Cortana had something to do with that, but that part is still obscure to me. But, you know, clearly Cortana, trying to, I guess, find salvation in a sense, did some stuff on this ring. And what's interesting is it feels almost like this is the first game in the franchise all over again. Like, they are setting the stage, you know. There's something here on this ring that's hidden. We just had a 3-day time skip. There's this endless thing that the lady kept talking about that we don't know what it is. Even the Harbinger in general, she looked really different from a lot of the other Covenant. I think it might just be because I only ever see them with helmets on. But, you know, clearly they're setting up for, you know, an Infinite 2 or Infinity or whatever they're going to call it next. So I'm definitely curious to kind of see where the story goes. I will say for a lot of it, it was just very much like, you know, and not even so much the story, but just the way the plot flowed. It got kind of samey after a while, because it was like, you know, we're outside a little bit. Okay, now we're going to go through this structure. And now we're back outside, and now we're going to go through the structure. And the structures in particular, I guess I don't know if they're all Forerunner structures or whatever the case is, but they were all very samey after a while. You know, the same blue hallways, blue and silver, the lights, you know, the same enemies. So that part, I think, got a little bit tiring. The world itself, I know a lot of people have complained that there's, like, you know, not biomes. Like, I didn't expect biomes. This isn't Horizon Zero Dawn, you know. Like, I'm fine with just the kind of Colorado wilderness of the ring, but I think the Forerunner structures, I would have liked to see more diversity there, even if it was just like different color schemes and architecture changes. Those started, like, the open world, I felt that there was enough you could do that it never felt like, oh, it's just, you know, more stuff. But running through the structures and fighting, I did get that feeling. So I would have liked a little bit more variety there. In terms of, like, music score and voice acting and just sound in general, I think they did a pretty good job. The music in Halo is pretty much iconic at this point. So, I mean, you either completely vibe with it or, you know, there's something wrong with you. But I like the music. The voice acting, Weapon in particular, she really grew on me. Like, at the start, I was like, I don't know how I feel about this Cortana replacement, but by the end, she a very rich personality for an AI, which I liked, especially after, like, Master Chief tried to delete her. Man, she was a sassy little bitch. She was like, oh, why don't you do it yourself? Oh, yeah, you hear that? You hear that? He has friends. I'm like, damn, this is a angsty ass AI. I was cracking up. Anyway, all in all, I think if I was to rate just the campaign, I think I'd probably give it like an 8.5. Mainly because the environments, for me, the Forerunner structures, those did get kind of samey after a while, and I would have liked to see more diversity there. And the other thing is I would have liked to have access to a couple more things. Like we didn't have access to the repulsor. We never really saw like overshield or like, hard stealth and stuff like that. I think would have been really fun to have in a couple encounters. So, it kind of sucks that there's stuff that's freely available in the multiplayer, but we never saw it implemented at all into the campaign. I feel like that was kind of a, not a huge oversight, but I definitely think it would have been an improvement. Campaign aside, I know there's obviously a lot of issues people have with the multiplayer still. Personally, I think the multiplayer is a blast. I mean, I agree that the whole battle pass customization approach they've taken is not the best. Back in the day, it was just you unlocked colors, and then you put on your colors, your helmets, whatever you wanted to. You didn't have to battle pass to get all that stuff. So I see why people are upset, but at the same time, the multiplayer is free to play now, so I understand why they did it. Personally, I would have preferred if the multiplayer wasn't free to play, if it just came coupled with the game, and then it had the old unlock system. Because I'd rather pay $60 for the game, get the multiplayer, and just, gradually unlock different colors and shit without needing the battle pass. But given they went the free to play approach, I get why they did it. I like the old approach better. But, we're seeing more and more games move towards the free to play model. And I get it. It's hard because when, I remember there was this battle royale game that I was working, kind of just like feedback testing as the devs developed it. And it was a really cool idea. It was like a Mad Max style battle royale, and you ran around in your car and shit, and you could get stuff for the car, get stuff for your character. Really interesting concept. But their plan was, when it went launched, to like early access it for like $25. And I'm like, this is fun. You're not getting $25 for it though. And they're like, well, we think it's a relatively minor ask. I think it should work. And the point is, when you have Fortnite, which is free to play, and Apex, which is free to play, and Warzone, which is free to play, and you have all of these shooters that are free to play, if you are trying to make a successful online shooting experience now, it's really, really hard to open that up as a paid experience. Because automatically everyone that's in those other free experiences, they just say, well, I already have this for free, why would I pay money to try something new? So I get why they did the free-to-play version with the multiplayer here. But anyway, personally, I like the old style better. Let's see if there's a post-credit. Oh yeah, there is. Maybe we're gonna find out what the endless is. Shit, let me get the sound back. What is this? What is that? It's like a key. It's gonna be our new villain. Either DLC or a sequel. It's a hefty post-campaign load.
Give me a list of what's left to do.
You got it, Chief.
Just have access to the full map now. Repository, House of Reckoning. There's stuff over here. Wondering if we just get to explore that stuff later. There's a lot of empty space they could pop stuff up on, I think, as well. Ooh, boy. Anyway, yeah, this has been fun, though. I don't know, actually, I think, so, let me see, what day is this? This would be, okay, so, yeah, Christmas would be over. I'll need something new for next week. I think what I'm gonna do, I know it's a little bit shorter, but a lot of people seem to be hyped for, Hellblade, a Sayuna's Sacrifice or whatever, so I think I might finally go and play the original one, just because everyone's like, oh, you gotta, such a good game. I don't know, when it came out, I heard a couple people being like, it's a Souls-like, and I took one look at it and was like, this is not a fucking Souls-like, and immediately just passed over it. But I think if I approach it from the perspective of this isn't a Souls-like, it's just its own thing, I think I might enjoy it a bit more, so I think we'll try that out for our next game. Kick stuff up on Monday with that. But either way, this has been fun. I do have plans to come back and do the co-op campaign. I'm probably playing through on Legendary if I can get a buddy that wants to do it. I think that might be worth it. So I know there's like a Legendary ending. Actually, let me see. Legendary ending Halo Infinite. Legendary ending cutscene. Hang on, this looks exactly like what I just watched. This is literally this is not the legendary ending cutscene. It's the exact same thing. The guy opens the thing with the key and stuff floats around, and then we pan to his face. What? Yeah, of course, top comment. This cutscene plays at the end of the campaign at any difficulty. Yeah. So, alright, not much there. Anyway, we're gonna wrap things up. We'll kick off the Sayuna's Sacrifice game probably tomorrow. Might take, I don't know. Well, we'll see. You know, it's holidays. I might be busy. We'll figure it out. But yeah, maybe I'll dick around on campaign a little bit on stream. But otherwise, this has been fun. So thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch y'all next time.